I struggled with balancing my work, my family, and my fitness.
David helped me sort all that out.
I lost 35 pounds.
I've lost a total of 80 pounds.
I lost over 30 pounds.
I've lost over 90 pounds, and I have a whole new outlook on life.
But David and Kate have truly changed my life.
In this video, we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is how to lose body fat without losing muscle. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they start dieting, even those who are eating clean, is they cut their calories too low and they cut their protein too low, and they run the risk of losing muscle. Over time, as you slim down, if you're losing muscle, you're going to slow down your metabolism. So you want to keep as much muscle as you can. And remember, ladies, muscle takes up less space. It means you're going to look thinner, lighter, leaner, more compact than having body fat. So what we're going to talk about in this video is how to balance your macronutrients, or what we call macros. Really, it's three things: protein, carbs, and fat. All foods have either protein, carbs, or fat in them. They're made up of protein, carbs, or fat. We're also going to talk about, I'm going to briefly touch on how to set your daily calorie target. If you have our nutrition guide, the free clean eating nutrition guide, or our Fit for Life challenge nutrition guide for those of you who are in the 60-day challenge, it tells you how to calculate your calorie goal. I'm going to just elaborate on that a little bit, and we're going to dive into macronutrients. Also, the last thing I'm going to cover is how to easily track your calories and your macros with MyFitnessPal. Super, super easy to do. It'll make your life so much easier, and just wait till you see it. Okay. Most people focus way too much on the workout. Whenever I post a picture of like my before and afters, people are like, "What workout did you do?" Very often, very rarely do they ask, "What did you eat?" or "What was your nutrition plan like?" The ones who are smarter, the ones who are more experienced, they'll ask about nutrition. But the truth is, 70% of your results will come from your nutrition. Your body is primarily shaped by what you eat. One of the problems where people get off track is they've been deceived by the supplement industry. Many people put way too much focus on supplements. And, I can't blame them, because years of advertising and millions of dollars in marketing has skewed people's idea of what produces results. So it's very common for people to think, I need to get a good workout and some really good supplements, and that's how I'm going to get results. When it's the opposite. I would say 70% of your results comes from nutrition, 10% from supplements, 10% from your genetics, and 10% from the intensity of your workout. Can supplements help? Yeah, like I said, they can boost your results, but they cannot make up for a bad nutrition plan. Many supplements are an unnecessary expense, but there are a few that can really help. A few supplements that I use on a regular basis that will help. What about meal timing? You may have heard, there's a lot of emphasis on this with intermittent fasting. You may have heard of that. I did intermittent fasting for about 6 to 9 months. I don't remember, somewhere in between 6 and 9 months. And basically it just means that you eat all of your food within an 8-hour window. So if you started eating at 10:30 a.m., you would stop eating at 6:30 p.m. And then you fast the other 16 hours. I can tell you, after trying it for a long time, I stopped doing it. And bottom line is, eat when it's convenient for you. If you can only eat 2 or 3 meals a day, that's fine. It can be just as effective as eating 5 to 6 meals a day. But I know that for me, when I was making the transition into clean eating, 5 to 6 meals was much more effective. And, for the most part, on a daily basis, I'm eating 4 to 6 meals. All right, now let's talk about what is important. If meal timing is not as important and supplements aren't as important, what are the 3 most important things for losing weight and gaining muscle? Here they are, and these are in the order of importance. Okay. Fuel, number 1, calories. How much food is going into your body? Why is that important? It's going to determine if you're going to lose weight or gain weight. The balance of the food you eat, your macros, determines if the weight you're losing or gaining is fat or muscle. That's really important, right? And then lastly, variety, micronutrients. These are your vitamins and minerals that will determine if your body will function properly. If you'll actually, if your metabolism will be balanced and you'll actually burn body fat, if you'll have energy, if you'll break through those plateaus. This video, we're primarily going to talk about number 2. We'll save number 3, micronutrients and vitamins, for another video. So, like I said, the 3 most important parts of your plan: calories, how much you eat, your balance of protein, carbs, and fat, your macros, and then the last one is variety with micronutrients. Okay, the biggest mistake that people make with calories is they want to lose weight so they undereat, causing their metabolism to eventually grind to a halt. Now, people, why do people do this? Because they get quick results in the beginning. They're losing a lot of weight, but the problem is they're probably losing muscle too. Okay? Here's the thing. Your body needs calories for your pituitary gland to produce TSH. TSH is a hormone that kickstarts your thyroid, and your thyroid starts producing its hormones, T3 and T4. Okay? So that's just an example for you of how your metabolism works. Your body needs calories for your pituitary gland. Okay? What's the right amount of calories? Let's say, as an example here, this is just a chart showing if it took 2,400 calories to maintain your weight. Let's just say that for now. You eat 2,400 a day and you stay the exact same weight. Obviously, if you overate and you ate 3,000 calories a day, you would gain weight. The problem is if you undereat, if you go too low, like in this example, 1,200 calories a day, you're eventually going to stop losing weight because your metabolism stops working. So you're just going to be sluggish and tired, and your body's not going to process the food the way that it could. So a more ideal range is probably somewhere, for this particular example, it's probably somewhere around 1,800. Because if it took 2,400 to maintain weight, drop it by 600 a day, and you're going to lose weight. How much? Well, a pound of fat is actually 3,500 calories. So in this case, we'll probably lose about 1 pound a week, maybe a little bit more, of body fat, that is. You might think, well, that doesn't sound like a lot. For body fat, that's a lot. That's good. You're going to probably lose more weight because you're going to lose fluids and toxins and waste that's in your body and your digestive tract. You're going to lose more weight, but you don't want to lose a lot of body. You don't want to lose a lot of body fat or lean muscle, too quickly, or else that. I guess a better way to say that is if you're losing weight too quickly, you're probably losing muscle. So this is just an example of it's good. You don't want to overeat. You don't want to undereat. You want to be within a range. Okay. So let's talk about real quickly, how does your body burn calories each day? How many calories do you need? Well, there's really 3 things that your body needs calories for. Number 1, your resting metabolism. This is your normal organ and body function, brain activity. This is just you. Even sleeping, you're burning calories. I don't know if you knew that, but you're burning about 70 calories an hour while you sleep. So 8 hours, you burn about 560 calories right there. But all throughout the day, as you're sitting, doing not. If you were just laying on the couch, your resting metabolism would be your weight times 10. Okay, that's how much your body needs. Your daily activity is when you're walking, sitting, just moving around. You can add another 10 to 20% on that, or 10 to 30%. So to give you an example, somebody who weighs 200 pounds, weight times 10 is 2,000 calories, plus another 10% to 30%. Let's say another 400 calories in there, that's 20%. Now you're up to 2,400 calories. And then exercise. You may burn more through exercise. So if that's how much it takes for your body to maintain that's how much your body uses. If you ate that amount, you would maintain your weight. Obviously, you want to lose weight. So you can take your weight times 10. That's just a general guide. There's tons of calorie calculators on the internet, and most of them are just a waste of time. because the true measure is you got to start somewhere, and then you got to measure your results. It's all about like checking, measuring your results on the scale, measurements, inches, how clothes are fitting, and if you're moving in the right direction. So I just go with something really simple. To lose weight, take your weight times 10. That's it. And if you're really active, do your weight times 11. But I don't track like how many calories I burn through exercise or activity or anything like that. I just keep it simple. And for me, obviously, where I'm at right now, I'm eating a lot more than this. I'm eating somewhere between 24 to 2,700 calories a day, and I weigh 180 pounds. But my metabolism is cranking. My metabolism is really high, and yours will get there too. The longer that you and more consistent you are at exercising and eating healthy whole foods, you're going to get to a point where your metabolism is just, really, really cranking. So calculate your calories. Start with weight times 10, unless you're really active, maybe do weight times 11. And then make sure that it fits within these ranges, okay? Because sometimes after you calculate that, if you're starting off pretty heavy, you're a 195 pound woman, weight times 10 is 1950 calories. So I recommend that you round it down to 1800 in that case. So for women, you want to make sure that you round it up or down so that you're within 12 to 1800. And for men, a minimum of 1800 all the way up to 2400. If you're a 300 pound man, your weight times 10 would be 3000 calories. I would recommend that you round it down to 2400. Okay? One last note, if you've been plateaued for a while, it's very common for women to undereat. They're eating like 800 to 1,000 calories or even 1,200. You'll want to increase by 100 to 200 calories a day to get your metabolism going, okay? And I would do that for a minimum of 2 weeks and measure the results. Yes, you might gain a little bit of weight while you have that extra food in you, while your body's digesting or learning to digest it, and your body's adjusting, but it's not body fat. Just remember that. You're not gaining body fat by adding an extra 100 or 200 calories a day. 1 pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. And if you've been under eating, it's just going to take a little bit of time for your body to adjust to the increase, and then it's going to start burning more body fat again. All right. Now let's jump into the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. Like I said before, all food is made up of either one of these. You can look at the label on any food and you'll see what it has: carbohydrates, protein, or fat. Those are the main things I look at. Everything else is like micronutrients. So all three of these are necessary for a proper diet. And eating the right balance of them determines if you're going to lose weight or muscle or gain it. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to macros is they remove too many carbs and too many fats from their diet. And what happens if you run out of carbs? Carbohydrates are your primary source of energy. So if you run out of them, if you don't have enough, you're going to run out of energy and you're going to wreck your metabolism. I mentioned in a prior video, there was a study that showed, two groups of people eating the exact same amount of calories. One group ate a diet that was high in protein and had a moderate amount of carbs and high in fats, good healthy fats. They burned 300 more calories a day than the other group that ate mostly carbs and very low fat, very low protein. Okay? So you will burn more calories just by changing your balance of carbs, protein, and fat. Now you may be wondering, okay, what is the right, what ratio do you recommend? What's the balance to lose body fat? This is what I recommend. I recommend, this is an example, I should say, of how your 1,800 calories breaks out. If you're eating 1,800 calories, a portion of that is going to be protein, a portion of that's going to be carbs, and a smaller portion of that is going to be fats. Okay? If we had to break those down into percentages, what I eat on a daily basis and what I've had the most success with and most others is 40, 40, 20. You'll see us write that on Facebook, 40, 40, 20. It means of your 1,800 calories, let's take a look at that here. Of your 1,800 calories, 40% is coming from protein, 40% from carbs, 20% from fats. Now, you may be wondering, how do I determine all that? How do I keep track of all that? I'm going to show you how to do that at the end of this video using MyFitnessPal. You can add foods to, you can look up the foods in their database. They've already got all the grams of protein, carbs, and fat for each food, and the app will add it up for you and calculate the percentage. It's super easy. Now, what would that look like? In terms of grams, let's kind of break this down for you. If you look at the left side of this, if your calorie goal was 1,500 calories a day, your protein goal would be 150 grams, your carbs would be 150 grams, and your fat 33. That's a 40-40-20 split when you're looking at the grams. Okay. Same with like 2,100, it'd be 200 grams of protein, 210 carbs. So your goal each day is to try to eat the same amount of protein and carbs. And for most people, if you're starting off, you're probably not eating enough protein. So if you just make a conscious effort to increase your protein, decrease your carbs, and then make sure you're eating healthy fats, you're going to get there. And it may take you a while. Like here's a screenshot of MyFitnessPal that shows you, what to eat. I'm sorry, it shows you the breakdown of what you ate. In the beginning, you're probably going to be really low on carbs. I'm sorry, really low on protein and high in carbs. I know for me, it took me a couple weeks, like of consistent effort. I had to really work on increasing my protein portions at every meal. I had to work on finding good snacks that are high in protein, like Chobani Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, beef jerky. I just had to, whey protein as an supplemental drink. I had to really work on increasing protein. And, we used to have spaghetti. We would have spaghetti noodles without any meat added. Well, now we add a ton of ground turkey to our spaghetti, and we eat, whole wheat spaghetti noodles. That's one of our favorite meals in the family. Kids love it. We love it. But we had to start making it with a lot more protein so that we could have a balance of 40-40-20. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is to hit your calorie goal and to know that you're hitting your macro goal is just track what you eat. And this doesn't mean you have to do it forever. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to track everything in order to lose weight. No, this is just so you can get a feel for, like, this is going to be a huge tool to help you to become aware of what's in your food. Like I remember one time when we started this, Kate was buying these breakfast bars that I was like, oh, these are great. And then when I started looking up, each food in MyFitnessPal, I found it had like over 20 something grams of sugar. I was like, wow, compared to, oatmeal, I get the flavored oatmeal and it's like a couple grams of sugar. Even like, you can get granola cereal tastes great and it's still like 9 grams of sugar. So I got to see that, wow, this breakfast bar was 20 grams of sugar. That was crappy. It was horrible. So what this is also going to do, the goal for you in tracking is for you to establish a routine. So when you start eating 40-40-20 on a consistent basis and you're hitting your calorie goal, you're going to start to get a feel for what that looks like for breakfast, for snack, for lunch, for dinner, for snack. You're going to start to get a feel for that. And you won't have to keep tracking. As long as you stick to your habit or your routine, you'll be good. And then you could just track like once a month or something just to make sure you're still on track. Sometimes we start to get off track and go back to old habits. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually show you in my kitchen how easy it is to track with MyFitnessPal using their barcode scanner. So I'm going to just grab some of my favorite foods and just show you how easy it is and how quick it is. It doesn't take a lot of time. Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use MyFitnessPal. Super easy app. They also have a website, but the magic is when you use it on your phone because of the camera and the barcode reader. So I'm going to give you a quick example of how easy it is to scan in your breakfast. So I've got the app up. Okay, so most foods have a barcode that you can scan. this is oatmeal, and it's right here at the bottom. So, basically, I'm going into the app, I'm clicking add to diary, and then I'm going to put it into my breakfast. And then it gives you a list of foods that you could choose from, things that I've already scanned in the past. But I'm just going to go ahead and hit this button in the bottom right corner for the barcode reader and put the food right there. See, it's accessing the camera. Boom. It's got all the nutritional details for it. It found it, the exact food that I'm eating. Found it in its database. I'm just going to hit this check mark. Boom, it's done. I'm going to add another item here in the top right. I'm going to hit this little plus sign. And then add it to breakfast. I've got these eggs here, organic eggs. And let's see if there's a barcode. Yep, there's a barcode right here. See if that works. Yep, it found them. The exact eggs that I'm using. So I'm going to add that to it. Now sometimes you'll have an item like this. It's holy guacamole. I don't have the barcode anymore. I don't have the box that it came in. So I'm going to hit this plus sign and go to breakfast, and I'm going to search for the food. Now I'm just going to type it in at the top, and I think it's spelled like holy guacamole. Yeah, it's already starting to come up. And so it's asking, what serving size? Is it 2 teaspoons? No, I only had 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to change that serving size. And boom, I'm going to hit add. And so there, I've got the items. Now, the really cool feature of MyFitnessPal is you can hit this button in the bottom right corner to see the percentages of your macros. So that breakfast so far is 50% carb, 34% fat, 16 protein. Now, I need to go back and look at what I chose for the eggs because I might have only chose 1 egg. Yeah, I did. So I'm going to go to that, and let's say I ate 3 eggs. I'm going to change the serving from 1 serving. I'm going to change that to 3. Boom. Let's see. Hit that check mark. Okay, I'm trying. There we go. So now I adjusted it. I'm going to go back to that, look at the macro ratios. Now you'll see carbs is only 32%, protein is 45%. That's a good start. So this app makes it so easy to track your food. Now the cool thing is, once you've scanned a food, like let's say this is a breakfast meal that I have all the time, I can actually save that meal, and I can give it a name. And in the future, when I go to add a food to my diary, like let's say tomorrow, I can pick from favorite meals, and I can just pick from, like I can go right here to my foods, things that I've eaten, meals that I've created. They're going to be right in there. So just makes it really easy. Once you start getting all the foods in there that you eat on a normal daily basis, it's going to make it easy and save you even more time. Now, one other thing I want to show you here is, let's say you have foods that don't have a label at all, like meats, and some meats don't, and all you know is how much it weighs. Here's another example here. So we have like a sweet potato. This is a food scale. Got it on Amazon for like 25 bucks. I'm going to turn it on. Come take a look at this. I'm going to put the sweet potato on here, and it's going to show me how many ounces it is. So that sweet potato is 11.8 ounces. So I'm going to go back to MyFitnessPal. Let's say I had that for dinner. I'm going to search for sweet potato in here. And let's see. Sweet potato. I'm going to hit the search button. Now it's coming up with lots of different options. Like I'm just going to go sweet potato with skin. All right. Now it's doing serving size 1 cup. I know 1 cup is 8 ounces. So since this one's measured 12 ounces, that's basically a cup and a half. So I'm going to put in here a cup and a half. I'm going to adjust the serving size. Boom, I'm done. That's 171 calories for the sweet potato. Okay, so this food scale can really help. And the MyFitnessPal database has all kinds of other options in there. You might find somebody who created an entry in there for sweet potato by the ounce rather than by, the cup. So, or another big thing is people will do it by the gram. So if you look here at the scale, you can hit unit and change this. Like that's 0.7 pounds. You can change it to grams. So that's what, 334 grams. A lot of times you'll find foods in MyFitnessPal by the gram. So yeah, that's all there is to it. MyFitnessPal is going to make your life a lot easier for tracking calories and your macros. And the cool thing is, like, let's say you're halfway through the day, you've had breakfast and lunch, a snack. You can go in here and say, okay, I'm kind of high on carbs or whatever, I'm low on protein. What am I going to have for dinner tonight? And you can actually plug the food in before you eat it and see what it's going to look like. I've got my dinner picked out. I'm going to put it in here. And then you see like, wow, by the end of the day, that's going to leave me low on carbs, or I'm sorry, low on protein. I'm going to have a whey protein drink, right? I'm going to add that. And you might, our favorite whey protein is right here, Optimum Nutrition, natural. You could add a scoop of whey protein to your diet. I think it has a barcode, yep, right here. Boom, there you go. So that's how you can start to plan your meals and figure out what it's going to be, where you're going to come out for the day and start making changes. Cool thing is that once you track for a few weeks, you can start looking through your food diary and start seeing where you have room for improvement. Where you can lower carbs, increase proteins, increase fats. So there you go. Hope this was helpful. All right, so there you have it. And just to recap this, the benefit of balancing your macros is so you can lose that body fat, gain lean muscle, and get that lean and cut look. Okay, it's also going to help your metabolism to burn more calories each day, and I bet it's going to help you break through any plateaus you may be at. Okay, so your next step is to put together your meal plan. Pick meals from the Clean Eating Guide if you haven't already, or if you're in our Fit for Life nutrition or Fit for Life challenge, you can pick from that plan. Or if you have a program like P90X3, T25, TurboFi, or whatever, they all come with recipes that you can pick from. So take a look at that. And if you want more examples of what Kate and I eat on a daily basis, go to our website, symbioticfitness.com/daily examples. And we have some examples of entire days worth of, 1,600 calories at a 40-40-20 split. We even have 1,900, 2,100, 2,400. So you can get an idea of what it looks like on a daily basis. Okay. So your action steps: calculate your score, pick your calorie plan, and then notate your macro goals in grams for carbs, protein, and fat. And then use MyFitnessPal to track what you eat. Do it for a minimum of 2 weeks and just work on building that routine. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, join one of our challenges. We have 2 that you can join. First one is a free 14-day clean eating challenge. You get a 14-day meal plan, grocery list, private support group, and daily videos teaching you the principles of clean eating. That's a great starting point. After that, we have a Fit for Life challenge, which is a 60-day challenge where you get a new home-based workout, Beachbody workout, our favorite meal replacement shake, a better nutrition plan, grocery list, smaller, more private support group, and again, free coaching, but more one-on-one coaching to help you break through plateaus and take it to the next level. Great for, it's all about establishing a healthy lifestyle, building those habits, and that's what we work on in the Fit for Life challenge. So there you have it. You can visit them. You can join both of those at symbioticfitness.com. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take care.
David and Kate helped me with support. They kept me on track. They made me feel like I wasn't doing this alone.
I feel many years younger.
I feel confident.
I've totally gained my confidence back.
I feel like I can do anything.
David and Kate can help you because they've both been there.